Alright, so this is gonna be a very quick overview of the UT118C. This is the new one. This is a 6000 count pen type multimeter that can measure almost everything but current. Now this has one simple drawback, and that's this negative probe. So this thing has a probe with a very soft but thin cable. So the probe itself, it's fine. It has a sharp tip, probably gold plated, but the cable is very thin. It's very thin. It has markings. Let me see if I can find them. There they are. Focus, please. Uni-t UT118C, 1000 volts rated, 24 AWG wire, but it doesn't feel durable at all. This is, for example, the wire on the L25 probes. Look how much thicker that is. This feels very flimsy. And when you put it on the meter itself, you're supposed to kind of wind it around on this post and back in this ridge right here. So when you make 2 full turns, you can then pass the cable through this cut notch. Focus, come on, yep, this cut notch, and then secure the head of the probe in this plastic bit right here. Okay, so let's say this probe gets damaged because it doesn't look very durable, or it just gets mistreated and damaged. How are you supposed to replace this? Safety and durability aside, what the hell are you supposed to do when this thing breaks and you don't have a spare one? Okay, so I have a bunch of probes at my disposal. Most of them are from Uni-t. This one, I don't know who that one was from. And I tried to basically put any of those on this meter and use that ridge loop kind of thing for the cable, but it didn't work. So the 25s, cheapest good probes, do not secure on this hole right here. Yeah, they do not lock in. And also the cable cutout on the back is very small. It doesn't fit thicker cables unless you use your fingernails kind of like this. It's not very nice. Also, this doesn't fit. That's a pointy Uni-t probe. Because the probe itself is longer. What else doesn't fit? This is the silicone Uni-t probe with the straight connectors on the other end. It doesn't lock in, too long. This one is the how should I say this? Probe with a connector or something like that. This one fits, actually. This one fits very well, but again, it's too long. So you cannot loop your wire around. These aftermarket ones, oh no, these are Uni-t's gold plated. These also don't fit. They fall out. They do not secure. And they are too long. And this is the aftermarket one. This one kind of fits if you squeeze it a bit. But then again, once you go and take it out, you leave the protective cap in. So the ones I have that fit the best are these composite ones. So you gotta buy the cable and these ones separately. And they do fit, and when you go and take them out, the cap stays on. But again, they're too long. Some of you might say that I should use the other connector, like the right angled one. And yeah, that will fit. But then again, how much space am I saving if my pen type multimeter gets this long? I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. No, it's not this one. Where did you go? Okay. So this is kind of your best alternative setup. This thing right here, a single loop, because well, you can't fit a second loop with this thicker cable. And even if you do kind of wiggle it in, you don't have enough cable to lock the probe in. So you end up doing this, and your setup looks something like this. Maybe if you kind of, yes, maybe if you loop this a bit. Yeah. Again, this looks ridiculous. And this part, this is black. This part right here, the plastic bit that holds the probe in, it's removable. You can unscrew this screw and these two at the bottom. The whole thing comes apart, and this thing is secured with a couple of screws. But if you remove it, you get a hole in this part, and it holds a bit of this mechanism spring thingy. So you cannot leave it without it also. So what I think Uni-t should do is, first of all, start selling these little things, or an alternative probe. Second of all, please remove this. Just remove this. It's not usable. None of your other probes fit. What am I supposed to do with it? Otherwise, the light is kind of useless, though it's very weak. You should remove that too. Or, you know, put a bigger light, maybe in place of this thing. That's basically it. Because this, otherwise it's a good meter. It measures stuff well. The display is nice. It's readable. And it's 6,000 counts. You get a bit of resolution. It's a single AAA battery. It's very nice otherwise. Your other alternative with for like a good meter with protection is probably this Mastec. What is it? MS8223A. It's also a good meter, but it suffers from other things, like it's big and bulky. You can see how wide this thing is. Also, it's only 2000 counts. Oh, but it can measure current. The fuse inside is about 400 milliamps. Yeah, it has a fuse inside. Kinda stupid because it starts on milliamps. If you have it connected and you kinda do this, you might blow it up. Not very clever. And it's big. The unit is shorter. It could be thinner if it wasn't for this big plastic thingy for the cable and probe holder. I'm gonna call it a probe holder, but it doesn't hold probes. Yeah, it's a good meter, but I would advise you not to buy it. Why? Wait a minute, I'll tell you why. So you have a few alternatives to the 118C. I mean, it might be convenient, but that probe thing is kind of a deal breaker for me. I mean, what the hell is this? Please somebody make a custom plastic piece that just covers the hole, and you can replace this one with it, so it's nice and flat in this place. Anyways, you could replace this if you want for even cheaper than this thing with the UT125C. Now this is a 4000 count meter. It doesn't quite have the same capabilities and resolution, but if you open it up and take the fuse out, it becomes kind of indestructible. You do not get to measure currents, but everything else works. It works just fine. Again, non-replaceable probes, but they're fine. I've been using this for a bit. And it's cheaper, it's smaller. Thickness, yeah, it's a bit thicker, but it's shorter. It's more convenient to hold. It's probably more durable. A different alternative would be the UT118B. Now this is a bit more expensive. This probably costs twice as much as this, but in terms of size, it's actually shorter. It's actually shorter, a bit shorter, and because of that probe holder thingy, it's probably thinner as well. It's also 6000 counts, and you get to measure current. How convenient is that? If price is an issue, you can go for the UT210E. That one's a bit cheap. That one is a lot cheaper than this one. It's probably 4000 counts, but you can hack it to be 6000 as well. There's a bunch of videos on those. You can modify them. And so far, I don't know what kind of niche use case this fills up. Unless you kind of wanted to, I mean, use it like this and just throw it in a bag somewhere and don't care about it. Like, dude, this is under constant strain. Maybe you want to do that. Put this in a bag somewhere. But that doesn't even make sense, because these kind of meters, the clamp ones, come with carry cases. So you can put it in a case, and this is so small. You do not save much space from this thing. And then again, I don't know what kind of use case is this providing. If you find any alternative probes with kind of these dimensions that can fit in here, please link them in the comments. It will probably help a lot of other people that have issues with this meter. Otherwise, it's fine. It's readable. Has good backlight. Yeah. I don't know what's the intended use case for this. It's kind of a toy right now. It's not good for your pocket because this thing is not locked in. If you press it a little, this thing can poke you or destroy your pocket or jacket or something, or your bag. It can press against something and put a hole in your bag. For pocket carry and bag carry, this is probably fine. The 125C, it doesn't have any sharp points. The case covers these, so they won't stab you. Or this thing, it's in a case, it's soft. Maybe you can give this to someone who's inexperienced, but then again, would I give them something with a probe like this that could probably tear and give them an electrical shock? It doesn't feel very durable. Anyways, if you find alternatives or ways to fix this, please leave it in the comments.